I added egg to canned tuna and was blown away by the result. Learned this from a 5-star chef. I'm gonna start by adding 1 egg to this 120-gram can of tuna. Then I'll transfer it to another bowl. Don't worry, we're only using a few ingredients. I'm adding a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of chili flakes, a teaspoon of fried garlic. And I'm also adding 1 more egg. Now I'll mix it all together. No rush. You're gonna fall in love with the flavor of this recipe. The taste is amazing. When you try it at home, send me a pic of how it turned out. All right, I've mixed it well enough. In a pan, I'll pour in some olive oil. Then I'm adding 1 chopped onion. Keep stirring while it cooks. Once it starts turning golden, you're good to go. That onion smell? So good. Honestly, it's one of my favorite ingredients. Goes with just about anything. Now I'll pour the tuna mix right on top. Spread it out evenly with a spoon. Oh, before I forget, tell me what city you're watching from so I can give you a shout out. Today's shout out goes to Jason Miller from Austin, Texas. I'm so glad you're enjoying our recipes. I bet you're finding this super easy to follow. I tried to break everything down step by step so you won't have any trouble making it. Now I'll cover it and let it cook for 10 minutes. After that, I'll flip it over using a plate so it can cook on the other side. But first, let's take it up a notch. I'm gonna add some shredded mozzarella. I love cooking with mozzarella, so I'm being generous with it, but you can add as much or as little as you want. Look how pretty it's already looking. This dish will look amazing on the table. I'll sprinkle some oregano on top to finish it off. This is gonna be incredible. Now I'll cover it again and let it cook for another 5 minutes. And look at that! I gotta say, the smell alone is one of the best parts of this recipe. I made this yesterday for some friends and they loved it so much, they begged me to come here and show it to you. Now it's time to cut and plate it. The best thing about this recipe is that you can make it in no time with just a handful of ingredients. That's why it's become a go-to in my house. It's so easy that even if you're not that confident in the kitchen, you'll still be able to make this delicious meal. This one's for anyone who loves quick and easy recipes without sacrificing flavor. Every ingredient was picked with taste and nutrition in mind. Perfect for anyone trying to eat a little better without giving up on flavor. It's one of those dishes. Once you try it, you won't forget it. You'll see that you don't need to spend hours in the kitchen to serve up something amazing. Go ahead and try it out.
How did I not learn this sooner? A genius chicken trick everyone should know. We're going to start by folding 3 sheets of aluminum foil, just like this. Do you have a special trick for cooking chicken? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Now place the foil sheets on a baking tray. I'm adding 2 onions, sliced into strips, and spreading a bit into each foil packet. And before I forget, let me know what city you're watching from, so I can send you a big shout out. Today's shout out goes to Lashid Siwale from Zambia. I'm so happy you're enjoying our recipes. Then I'm adding 3 tomatoes, sliced into rounds, and setting that aside. Now take 3 chicken breasts and make a few shallow cuts across the top. In a bowl, I'm mixing together a 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of rosemary, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and 3 cloves of minced garlic. Stir it all together until well combined. I hope you're loving this recipe so far. Let me know how you cook chicken at home. I'm always excited to hear new ideas. Then dip each one into the sauce until fully coated. Place the chicken on top of the veggies inside the foil packets. Now we're going to bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. Keep in mind, cooking time may vary depending on your oven. Once that time's up, take it out of the oven and top each piece with 150 grams of mozzarella cheese. Pop it back in the oven just until the cheese is melted and gooey. I just took ours out of the oven. It's such a shame you can't smell this through the screen. It's unbelievable. The chicken is juicy, flavorful, and so tender. This recipe is truly incredible.
The new way of cooking chicken breast that's taking the world by storm. I'm gonna start by slicing 2 onions. You're gonna fall in love with the result of this recipe. The flavor is just amazing, trust me. The perfect combo of convenience and taste, straight to your kitchen. I'll put all these onions into a bowl. Now I'll slice 2 tomatoes. It's so easy to make that even someone with no kitchen skills can pull off this delicious dish. With this exclusive method, you're gonna impress everyone at the table. When you try it at home, send me a pic of how it turned out. This recipe is made for those who love simplicity but don't want to give up on flavor. I'll make a layer with these tomato slices here. I'm sure you'll find this super easy to make. We're ready for the next step. I've got 3 chicken breasts here. I'm gonna make some cuts so they can soak in all that flavor. Tell me what city you're watching us from so I can send you a special shout out. Today's shout out goes to Leah Thompson from Austin, Texas. I'm so happy you're enjoying our recipes. In a bowl, I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'll add 2 chopped cloves of garlic, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of thyme. I'll mix it all really well until everything is nicely combined. The best part about this recipe is how quick and simple it is. That's why it's become a regular in my house. Now I'm gonna dip the chicken breasts in here. Make sure to coat each side really well, take your time. You're gonna fall in love with this dish that makes every ingredient shine. If you get the ingredient amounts just right, I know it's gonna turn out perfect. Just like mine. I'll cover it with plastic wrap and let it marinate for 30 minutes. Bet you're seeing how easy this is. After the time's up, I'm gonna make another layer with the chicken. I'm sure this recipe is gonna become a classic at your place. It's impossible to make it just once. When you cook chicken at home, what kind of ingredients do you like to add? Using just a few ingredients, you'll discover the real magic lies in simplicity. Now I'm gonna bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. After that, I'll add some sliced mozzarella, as much as you like. I love using mozzarella, so I'm adding plenty. Then back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Once that's done, it's perfect. Now just plate it, slice it up, and enjoy this delicious meal. Few ingredients, but the result? An explosion of flavor. A simple trick in chicken turns into a 5-star restaurant dish. To start, I place a rack over 3 chicken breasts and make parallel cuts. In a bowl, I add a 1/4 cup of olive oil, a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of chimichurri, 5 minced garlic cloves to give our recipe that special Sunday flavor. I add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. I cover it with plastic wrap and let it marinate for 30 minutes. Now I slice 200 grams of mushrooms. Next, we're going to slice 2 red onions into half-moon shapes. In a baking dish, I add the sliced onion. Then I place the delicious mushrooms one by one. And right after that, I add 2 tomatoes sliced into rounds. And before I forget, tell me which city you're watching from so I can send you a special shout-out. Today's shout-out goes to Rachel Thompson from Halifax, Canada. I'm really happy you're enjoying our recipes. Now I arrange the chicken breasts on top of the tomato. And then I bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. After baking, I top it with mozzarella to taste to make our delicious recipe even more flavorful. Then I return it to the oven to melt and brown the cheese for 15 more minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This always grabs attention when I put it on the table. The smell, the color, everything shows it came out just right. It looks like something from a restaurant, but it's one of those recipes you get the hang of quickly. I like to take my time at this point because that's when you really see the result of the whole preparation. You know that feeling when you know you nailed it? That's it. The texture already shows it turned out perfectly, and every time I make it, it feels like it turns out better than the last.
Just wrap the chicken in foil, a genius trick no one teaches. We'll need 2 chicken breasts. I'll drizzle some olive oil on top, add 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and spread well on both sides to season. Now I'll wrap it with foil, fold the edges, and place it inside the air fryer. And before I forget, tell me which city you're watching from so I can send you a big hug. Today's hug goes to Jennifer Miller from Austin, Texas. I'm so happy you're enjoying our recipes. We'll leave it at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. After that time, we'll take it out, place it on the cutting board, and open carefully because of the steam. This recipe turns out incredibly delicious. Make it at home and then come back to tell me what you think. I'm sure you and your family will love it. Now I'll cut the chicken breasts into smaller pieces. Done that, let's move on to the next step. In a pan with a bit of hot oil, I'll add 1 chopped onion, 3 chopped garlic cloves, and let it saute. I'll add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of mustard, and mix well. We'll add 1 cup of heavy cream and let it come to a boil. I'll add 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and stir. Now we'll put the chicken into the pan and mix it with this wonderful sauce. We'll finish by adding parsley on top to taste. It gives a super special touch to our recipe. Tell me, what's your best chicken recipe? I'd love to know. This sauce will be delicious and pairs perfectly with our chicken.
I learned a genius trick from a friend in Italy that everyone should know. I'm starting off by cutting up 250 grams of pasta. It's already cooked in this case. You're gonna fall in love with this way of making it. Once it's all chopped, I'll add 4 eggs into this bowl. 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper. Now I'll mix everything really well so it's all nicely combined. This is the kind of dish that turns a simple meal into something unforgettable. Even if you're not super confident in the kitchen, you'll pull this off no problem. I broke it all down step by step so you don't get lost along the way. Now, I'm tossing the chopped pasta into the bowl. And hey, if you make this at home, send me a pic. I'd love to see how it turns out. I'm adding 150 grams of diced mozzarella cheese. Stir it up gently with a spoon. Let me know what city you're watching from so I can send you a special shout out. Today's shout out goes to Jason Miller from Austin, Texas. So glad you're enjoying the recipes. Now I'm pouring in the egg mix. Give it one more gentle mix. It's so good, it'll disappear in no time at your house. In a pan, I'm adding 150 grams of diced bacon. Keep stirring while it cooks. We want it golden and crispy. I love cooking with bacon. It adds so much flavor. Look at that! This is the perfect point to stop. Now I'm layering the pasta mix right on top. Spread it out nice and even with a spoon. This recipe has a few mixing steps, but take your time. It'll all come together perfectly. Put a lid on it and let it cook for 5 minutes. After that, I'm using a plate to flip it. But we're not done yet. This is that recipe for when you need something quick and crazy delicious. Look how gorgeous it's turning out. And yes, I'll show you the final result. Now I'm adding a bit more cubed mozzarella cheese. Sprinkle on some parsley to make it even better. Cover and let it cook for 5 more minutes. Done. Time to plate it. Isn't it beautiful? This is perfect to wow your family or friends. Just slice it up and serve. The smell? Out of this world. Even your neighbors will want to know what's cooking. It's a great choice if you're trying to eat better without giving up on flavor. And check out that texture. I just know it tastes amazing too. If you like special, one-of-a-kind recipes like this one, keep following. I've got tons more secrets to share. This one's perfect for gathering the people you love. I promise it's gonna be a meal to remember. Everyone's gonna be impressed when they see what you can do in the kitchen, and I'm right here cheering you on. With just a few ingredients and a little time, you've got something absolutely delicious. You don't need hours in the kitchen to whip up something this good.